you know, one of the things that, Matt, you and I have been talking about, in fact, we spent a couple of days together this weekend with your staff and my staff working on restoring love. And that is one of the main messages. I mean, your event kind of kicks off a 3-day weekend. And your event on Thursday night, explain what's going to happen. Because this is new. This is one of these things that you will most likely tell your children, if they're political in nature at all, that I was there at the beginning of this. You want to explain that?
Well, I think the new evolution of the Tea Party is we are coming together, we are getting more connected, and it's become international. It used to be the case that Washington and America were the shining city on the hill, that everybody in the world said, I want to be like them. That's not true anymore. But the Tea Party movement has taken foothold all over the world because people are saying, I want to be like you guys. Right. And we saw this in Tel Aviv when we created that Tea Party there. We're going to have folks from Greece. We're going to have folks from Italy. We're going to have folks from Japan. All of these guys have been inspired by what you guys did. So we're not talking about a global community, a very decentralized bottom-up process by which everybody in the world wants to hold politicians accountable.
They don't even know. This is how amazing this is. I mean, this is what democracy looks like. They don't even know really what the Tea Party is. I was talking to somebody from Milan who was at this meeting that you and I were at in Rome, and I went over there and I was meeting with the church officials at the Vatican. I called Matt up and I said, Matt, can you put together a global summit? I want to talk to everybody who are freedom lovers from around the globe, around Europe, and see if will they just hear me out on something. And so they all came together, and this guy from Milan said, you guys got to help us. I mean, he gave me this tea Party shirt, and it was, I think it was even red, white, and blue, isn't it? Red, white, and blue. It's a teapot. And he's like, they don't even know what the Tea Party is. He's like, we've never had small government ever before. And so you have this event, then the next day is, and this is what I tried to ask to see if, and I was shocked, to see if they would even understand this concept. I said, you've got to, America was great because America was good. You have to serve each other because otherwise it all comes from the government. And so I asked them, you know, would you like to hear more about service in churches and things like that? Because you got to get that started again. You got to start the heart of the individual again. Shockingly, they all sat around and went, yes. I mean, I thought they would reject it. That's day number 2. Bring them here, restart our heart, restart their heart, which has been dusty. And you want to talk about an old dusty document. It's heart in Europe. And then the next day, again, is to take it and mutate it again. We have the image of the Tea Party. This is something that you and I have been talking about for a while. Has to change. We have to become the mainstream. We have to stand and be accepted, and I don't care if they accept us or not, but be in that space that they have occupied and just distorted and twisted. We have to be not just country music. We have to be a little of everything and be comfortable in that space and welcome others and say, you're safe here. You want to create? You're safe here.